This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Well, it's Thursday morning.
You feel like we've made it, do you?
I do, actually. It's my favourite day of the week, although I do prefer Thursday afternoons to Thursday mornings at about 7:07.
Welcome.
But what better way to celebrate than to talk about Brad Pitt?
Okay, so you're Brad Pitt.
That don't impress me.
Are you a Brad Pitt fan? Do you think he's a bit of all right?
Have you met him, Kate?
No.
No, Fitzy and I have. We hung
have
out
you?
with Brad a couple of times, haven't we, mate?
Yeah, we were not one-on-one. We got a red carpet with him.
That's not hanging out.
Yeah,
I
we
hate to
went
say
for beers afterwards.
I hate to say it, that's not being his friend. He wouldn't remember you, let's be honest.
We did an interview, and remember that? He looked back at us, Fitz, and sort of nodded as if to say, should we get a scooey after this?
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
Unfortunately, he didn't. I watched again the other day, Kate, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with him and Leonardo, and the scene where he's on the roof, working on the roof with his top off and a pair of jeans.
Yeah.
Blake still got it. There has to be a deficiency. Are you going to go into a deficiency of Brad Pitt here? Because
look, I have found over the last few years, of course, and like everybody, watched the divorce of Brad and Ange, and then the subsequent court proceedings,
it's been messy.
Yeah, and I think there's been a lot of mud slung at Brad. It's not for me to say whether it's true or not, but some people can get away with certain... Well, they shouldn't be able to. Let's be very clear.
The world's not fair.
But you can't forget that he's pretty hot stuff. And that's what I want to talk about this morning, because apparently he has a filthy little habit. And I don't know whether this would put you off, Brad, or not, but it didn't surprise me. His old cast mate, Jason Priestley, I'm not sure what they worked together on, but they did actually live together in a flat many years ago before even Brad was famous.
Yeah,
he turned up in, I guess Hollywood, they're all not doing very well at this stage. So there's three people in an apartment sharing. Jason Priestley comes home one day and it happens to be Brad Pitt before he's Brad Pitt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They got on like a house on fire. The way Jason tells the story is that these were the days where they drank generic beer and smoked Marlboro Lights, and they were just hanging out.
Lads, just the lads. Yeah, the boys.
The boys.
Lads.
But apparently Brad doesn't shower very much, and that was the big reveal. Jason was talking on this podcast, and I don't know. I think that one thing about Brad that is kind of attractive is that he's a bit rough around the edges.
Yeah.
Cool. You can see him in his tuxedo on the red carpet, and he does scrub up very well.
But he still looks a bit unwashed, doesn't he?
Well, like you're saying in that movie, Fitz, that kind of slightly sweaty, a bit unwashed, kind of almost greasy hair.
Even hotter.
Well, I don't think it is hotter. I'm not a big fan of
What
that.
are you talking about? Fight Club as well? Remember he got into a fight?
Yeah.
Remember, and his face was full of blood and he still looked hot as.
Still kissable.
Kate.
How long does he go without a shower?
Days and days and days. And that's what Jason... I mean, to add to the boys' club, it was a bit like who's not showering? Which one can win the medal this week of Jason and Brad in the apartment? I'm not going to have
Do you know what my concern is, though? It's okay to look a little unwashed and still be handsome the way Brad Pitt is. You just don't want that beddy smell. You know when you see those people?
But see, some women love
here
that.
At work.
No,
Tom
who
gets to the
loves that?
No
Kate,
one likes it.
Kate, that's what we were.
Beddy.
The cavemen. This is the thing. It was the aroma that attracted the female to the male.
No. Look, get involved. 13, 24, 10. Tell us what you think. But I think there's a difference between looking a bit unwashed, maybe a bit body odory, but in a kind of I've been working really hard to like catch you dinner.
Yeah, different
way.
Being a Betty slob.
Then the lying in the bed, like what a teenage boy or men in their early 20s. You open the door to their room and you're like, it stinks of like
of desperation.
TV and playing with their bodies.
Can I throw Priestley under the bus though? Because we've interviewed him before. He came in with pink eye. He had pink eye.
It's not a joke.
Can you back me up there, Tom? Do you remember that?
He did. I got a photo next to Jason. He had pink eye at the time. He was a bit shy about it, wasn't he, Tom? He had sunglasses on. Then we went, take your glasses off.
Yeah, he refused to take the glasses off.
You're either blind or you're an idiot.
When it comes to hygiene, Kate, I tell you what, I'd rather a 5-day unwashed Brad Pitt
than a pinky stinky.
than some bloke who's obviously not washing himself properly.
Can we throw it out there, 13, 24, 10, how long you gone without a shower?
That would be... And whether you think you're still attractive.
Yeah, you're still picking up. Like if you had any luck after not showering for a week.
And I've got a story too about somebody that I used to work with who was a bit up this Brad Pitt.
Really? Blackers?
Yeah. No, well, I mean, I'll leave that up to you guys.
Marty Sheargold, was it?
I think that personal hygiene is incredibly
crucial,
important, and I think that bad personal hygiene from a distance looks a bit spunky. Oh, look at him; he's been working hard all day.
Stay over there, though.
But let's be honest: if that person happens to be your husband, and then they come home, it's not as appealing when you're washing their clothes and their shoes, and then having to crawl into bed with them if they haven't had a shower.
And if it smells so bad too, sometimes you just can't get rid of it. And I reckon it even goes, but you're still damaged by the smell. The impact is...
Well, what, like butchers and people that work at the fish markets and things like that. I mean, delicious. Belinda in... Thanks, Fitz. Belinda in Bondi. What do you think about this not showering business?
Morning, everybody. Well, I think it's rather a turn on. My husband's Greek and he's been doing a Brad Pitt way before Brad Pitt invented it.
Belinda, is he more of a BO kind of aroma? So does he go out to work all day and come home with that strong BO? Is that his fragrance?
Yes, it's under the arms, and when he lifts it, there's just this beastly, manly smell that lingers. And he's in construction, so hot days, he comes home all sweaty.
So
he can build.
And the hotter the day, the more
he can do more than build, Kate.
Oh, Belinda.
The hotter the day, the more excited you are when he gets home, Belinda.
If he's a Greek man, Belinda, is he hairy shoulders, hairy back? Is he everywhere?
No, he's not one of those hairy apes. No.
Nothing wrong.
Not a hairy
Nothing wrong with being hairy.
Does he smell like garlic as well, Belinda?
I do use garlic.
I thought you might. I bet you're a good cook, aren't you, Belinda? And you feed him up and you look after him at the end of the day.
What do you mean by that?
Of course I do. Come over for a meal, Kate.
I will. You're just up the road.
Hey, Belinda, can I ask, what is the longest he's been without a shower?
Well, it's not really without a shower. He does shower. It's just that he doesn't use deodorant under the arm. So even though you shower, you still got that smell there.
Yeah. Look, I get it. I do get it.
Pheromones.
You're lying on somebody's chest and you're like...
You can smell them.
Oh, that's them.
Yeah, but
that
do you know what? Belinda's
like
proud, though, as well. When they're having a couple of social drinks, she is proud to look around the room and go, I know that you're getting quite disgusted by that smell, but that smells mine. Yeah, he's mine.
But she doesn't need to look around the room, Fitz. She always knows where he is.
Yeah, she knows when he's gone up the hallway.
2 metres away, back left.
But the thing is, it's different when they are your partner and you are somewhat attracted to them. When you work with people, I think it's really different. I think that there is a level of showering that comes with being considerate to other people around you. I had... I won't say who they are, but probably fancied themselves as a bit of a Brad Pitt.
Right.
You know,
go on with your story.
And I worked with them on a show I did for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Television or radio?
Television.
Raymar.
Yeah, great. This is awesome. Keep going.
And he was one of these guys that just didn't shower and almost wore it as a badge of honour.
Yeah. Really?
And happened. I mean, he might know, but Belinda and her stinky husband in Bondi, because lived around the ocean, and thought that if he had a shower, if he had a swim at Bondi,
that was enough.
That was enough, and to the point where he had to be spoken to and said, you know, you've got to shower. And he said, well, I'm having a swim in the ocean every day. It was kind of like a bit natural too.
Sure,
might not wear shoes. shoes.
Bit of a nudist.
Was it Hemsworth? You did work with Hemsworth for a while. Was it him?
I wouldn't care if Chris ever showered, really. I mean, let's put that one out to the ladies. I think if anyone can get away without showering,
Hemsworth.
it's Chris. But yeah, this person just had to be advised that bathing in the ocean was not enough, and a cake of soap had to be included.
Got spoken to. Did you hook up with them?
On the show?
No,
off the show?
Outside of the show.
No.
You sure?
Well, no, I've just told a story about them being a bit stinky.
So they were that bad, were they?
No, but that's not why I didn't hook up with them. I think I was in a relationship, and also I don't like to mix business with pleasure.
There was a guy who worked in radio. Tommy and I worked with him. I had to have a chat to him, didn't they, Tom? About his breath.
Yeah.
He thought it was a prank. He went, "Where's the cameras?" When he was in the boss's office.
Oh, no.
And they went, "No, this is serious. Your breath smells like you've eaten a turd sandwich."
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.